Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I have really been on this journey in my mind of an issue that has been plaguing me, and it's plagued me for years, and it's my weight. At this point right now, I am the heaviest I have ever been in my life. And I don't know what to do. I have tried several things and have had some success, but haven't been able to stick with it. I cannot remember what the smallest weight I've been as an adult in my life. But I would have to say the smallest I've ever been, I guess, as an adult would be when I was in the Army, when I was like 17 years old, 17, 18 years old, and I weighed like 130 some odd pounds. But when I became an adult, I think the smallest I've ever been is like 157. And even then I still felt really, really big. I didn't necessarily look it, but so I just was not comfortable in my own skin, and I'm definitely not comfortable now. So, you know, if you're like me, you're a working mom, especially, you know, when we're an educator, you know, our lives, we're always on the go. Don't have children that play sports or do anything extracurricular. That's just really eating at your time. And so I think this is how I've gotten to the point that I'm at now because of my life. And I'm not going to make any excuses. I think I've spent too many years doing that. But, you know, for the last few years, it's always been school and work for me. You know, I started undergrad later, and I think I was 21 when I started undergrad, and I had a son. So, you know, I worked and went to school. And let's just say they did not lie when they talked about that freshman 10 or 15, because, yeah, I gained that. Because it literally, for me, was working, school, and taking care of my baby. But I was still pretty cute, so I thought, you know, I could tell that I, you know, had gained, but it, you know, it wasn't like I feel now. And then I got out and I graduated and I transitioned to working full-time. My older son, he started playing sports, and so I was just always on the go, and so some days it was just easier to, I'm gonna grab McDonald's tonight because, you know, I have homework, and you know, you have homework, so it's just easier just to stop and grab something. And then so it's 8 o'clock in the evening, and we're getting home, and I'm, you know, scarfing down 1,500 calories, and, you know, I'm taking a bath and I'm going to bed, and I'm getting up the next day and I'm doing it all over again. And then so you know, I gained that weight, and then in 2007 I got pregnant with my twins, and of course, you know, you gain weight. And so I think I had gotten up to maybe 220 when I was pregnant with my twins. And I had lost significantly after they were born, because I nursed and, you know, everything like that. So I lost significantly. But once again, when I settled back into the routine of, okay, maternity leave is over, I'm no longer nursing, or I'm not nursing as much, and now I'm back to the everyday hustle and bustle of getting my oldest to his practices. I was still in school. I actually started graduate school. I'm working, so I'm working on a master's degree. I'm juggling 3 kids. I'm, you know, taking care of a household, and once again, it's easier to go to Wendy's or McDonald's or Popeyes or something like that to grab dinner rather than making healthy choices, or even making healthy choices when I'm going to those places. And then, you know, so I left my master's program, graduated with that, And at that time, I was the heaviest I had ever been, at like 196. And I went straight into a doctorate program, which is stress within itself, because it starts to consume your life, in which your family has to go on the back burner because everything is about this program, getting this coursework done, writing this dissertation. So I just got caught up in the hustle and bustle of just work and school, and not enough hours in the day, and I'm still trying to be present for my family, and we're gonna go out to eat this day because it's easier, or I just want to give you a break, or whatever the situation is. And I've just been going through this cycle as far back as I can remember, at least 15 years of just trying to lose weight and not sticking with anything. And I mean, if you think about, people have said, well, what have you tried? You name it, I've tried it. I've done diet pills. I've scheduled like weight loss surgeries. But turns out I'm a teacher. I can't afford that. I have did the fasting where I only eat one meal a day, and then what I find out is, okay, I'm allotted 1,600 calories per day, and I eat all 1,600 in one meal because I'm starving. I have tried, let's do keto, and I find that that's a lot of work because you're keeping up with, okay, I can't eat this, I can't have that, don't do this, don't do that. And it's just, with everything that I have going on in my life, like it's difficult for me to try to do that on the fly, is what I have learned about myself. It's really a kind of touchy subject for me because I'm not that person that likes to ask for help. I don't mind others helping me, but this is really like a personal thing. And I'm very, very sensitive about it. Because I'm not happy, with myself, not just because I feel I look a certain way, but I'm always tired and I don't have energy. And as a teacher, we always have to be on the go, and we can't afford to have those days where we're not at our best because our kids are depending on us. And as moms, we can't afford to have those days, because if your household runs like mine, or you're like me, I feel like my household doesn't run well if I am not always at my A game. So I want to be able to always have that energy. And when I have found things that have worked for me, I did notice that I had a different energy about myself. I had a little pep in myself, and it's not that, I was just slimming down and I looked good and I felt good, but I just had that energy. And so I love the way that made me feel, because I could go and go and go and go and go. And, I would be okay. Like, I wasn't sluggish. Like, I wouldn't feel like, I have to, sleep my life away on the weekend because I'm so exhausted and this is the only time that I'm getting rest. Like, I liken it to when I was younger. I used to be able to go out and I'll stay out all night till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll get up at 7 o'clock like I've been asleep all night. If I do that now, it takes me about 2 or 3 days to kind of get myself back together. So I don't want to be in that place anymore. I want to be in a place where, I'm healthy, and I, not only do I look good, but I feel good. Okay. Now don't get it wrong. Now, she's beautiful. Okay. Self-esteem is not an issue. I'm just uncomfortable with, the way that I am right now. And I think what really brought it on was last year I had, my research assistant. She was in my classroom, and she was filming some things for me that I was going to put into a video for my students for, for later purposes and things like that. And I remember her telling me I had this burgundy dress on with a blue jean jacket, and some cute little sandals. And I remember her telling me how cute I was and how pretty she thought I was. And I was like, oh, thank you. You know, I'm thinking I'm looking good. And then when I saw the picture, I was mortified. You know, when I looked at the video, I was mortified because I'm like, she looks like a lowercase O. Like, she's just short and round. Like, oh my God, like, I've got to get this together. This is horrible. This is horrible. And so I think ever since then, it's been, okay, I've got to do something. And I've tried some things. I'm trying everything. I'm trying not to take pills because I don't like taking medicines. That's just not my thing. And I had a really, really good friend who's a trainer from years ago that told me, you know, you take these diet pills, and what's at the beginning of diet? D-I-E, and that's die. That stuff will kill you, so don't take that. And that's always stuck with me. I know one of my biggest issues is with this journey is that I want overnight results. I think I'm typical like everybody else. Like, you know, if I go out there and I sweat really hard, and you know, I give it my all, like, I want to wake up tomorrow and I want to be the size that I want to be. And I don't let it resonate with me that, darling, you didn't get like this overnight. Like, this has taken years to get to this point. And so you've got to put that dedication and that time in to get to the point to where you want to be. And so I was like, wow, okay. And so I've been talking to my good friend. She's actually one of my best friends, brilliant person. And she has a master's in health promotions and well-being, and also a doctorate in behavior. And so she's been working with me, and she's helping me create a plan for myself of what to do, how to do it, so that it's attainable, because we always want our goals to be measurable and obtainable, realistic. So, you know, she's been working with me to create goals for myself, to come up with a reward system for myself, what that looks like. So, you know, she told me, she said, think of some steps that, you know, is going to help you be a healthier you. And, you know, I was racking my brain. And so just as I'm talking to her, she's talking me through this, you know, it hit me. There are two major steps. Like, you know, nutrition and exercise are major components to this, okay? But there's one that's even bigger. There's one component for me. This may not be for you, but for me, there's one component that trumps nutrition, that trumps exercise, that I need in order to be successful on this journey. And that's actually, I have to change my mindset. Okay? I have to understand that it has to be mind over matter. Okay? My drill sergeants used to tell me this all the time in the Army. Mind over matter. Pay it no mind, and it doesn't matter. Right? In the past, when I have tried something, if I hit a plateau, if I didn't see something immediately, I didn't stick with it, right? Oh, this is not going to work. If I missed a day, like if I'm supposed to work out and I missed a day, I would feel so bad. But it would be so easy for me to not go, you know, tomorrow. And my thought and my words would always be, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll get up and do it tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow never comes, okay? So I have to change my mindset. All right. And I have to understand that it is okay to be perfectly imperfect in this process. Right. If I fall down, it's okay. Get up. Tomorrow's a new day. Right. And we start all over. One of the biggest things I used to do is when I would eat something that I wasn't supposed to eat. And this is how I know it's my mind. I'm not really a sweets eater. I really could care less. If you just let me chew gum, I'm happy. I don't really care about candies or anything like that. That's just not my thing. But every time that I say, you know, I'm going to go on a diet and I'm going to do this, everything that I say I'm going to cut out, I crave and I want and I give in to that pressure. So I realized that I have to change my mindset. If the word diet, for whatever reason, is bothering me, then let's not use that term. Let's just use healthier choices. Let's just use menu, whatever it is that I need to do. But I have to have the mindset of, I can do this, right? When I was going through my doctorate program, I had a lot of people that were trying to discourage me. And, I had people say, oh, you'll never be able to do that. You'll never be able to. I don't know what possessed you to think that you could. And that made me dig in deeper. It really made, because I didn't care if it killed me. I was going to prove them wrong and show them that I could do that. And I want to have that same tenacity when it comes to this journey. But I don't want someone to tell me that I can't do it. I want support. I want to know what you guys are doing. What are you doing to maintain your healthy weight? What's your exercise regimen? How much water do you drink? How many hours a night do you sleep? What are your tips and your secrets for losing weight? What works for you? I want this to be a community in which we share these things to help each other, because I want you to know you're not alone. I feel what you feel. If you are, unhappy with your weight and you don't know what to do, let's do it together. Let's all change our mindsets and let's do it together. Let's work together to help each other, right? And then the second part of this is I realized I have to have a backup plan, right? And this is what my friend told me. She says, it's easy for you right now because you're at home, you're working from home, and so your schedule is pretty flexible, and you have that time where you can go and you can do. But what happens in the next few weeks when school starts back and the kids are now at school and then their practices rev back up and now you're back at work full time, and so you have longer days than others. So I'm going to challenge you, teachers, working moms, our schedules are getting ready to change, right? Schools are opening, whether we like it or not, whether we want our kids to go or not, they're opening. And so I had to have a backup plan. And so, I've got to create something to where I know what my days are going to be like, as it relates to work for me. I know Tuesdays and Thursdays are always my long days. I know my kids practice Monday through Friday and they practice at 5:30. So what's going to work for me is I have to work out in the mornings, right? I'm going to have to get up and make it happen. And so I have got to have that mindset to do so. And a lot of the reasons why I have not stuck with plans that I've had in the past is because when my life changes, and I have to work a little bit harder, I always let that go by the wayside. Oh shoot, I left work early today, so the gym is over there by my job, and I was intentional about joining that gym because I would pass it on the way home. So I'm like, just go to the gym and then go home. And now, I'm leaving work early, or I'm not going to work because I'm working from home. And so, okay, here we go again, where I'm just not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So I want to be intentional about having a backup plan for what happens when it gets darker earlier. It gets lighter later. What am I going to do? What happens, if they throw an impromptu meeting at me? So I'm trying to be proactive. As a teacher, that's what I do. We are trained to be proactive and intentional about our planning, but also being flexible to know that you're not going to have a plan for everything, and you just need to adjust and adapt. But I said that to say this, is that I want this to be a community where we can all come together. Because what I've realized is I am a better teacher when I feel good, when I have that energy. My kids get the best out of me, and they need that, especially now with us going back. They need the best out of us. Some of them they're going to be struggling when they come back because they've been out of school so long, so they need us at 100%. And my friend had to, and I'm like, I'm a good I'm good all the time. And she says, yeah, but how long? If you don't take care of your health, if you don't care for you, and you don't do what you need to do, how long are you going to be a good teacher? How long are you going to be able to give your students what they need? how long are you going to be able to live up to that? Your body at some point is going to give out, whether it's from exhaustion, whether it's because you develop diabetes of some sort, whether it's because, you know, you develop some other kind of health issue related to weight. You've got to do something. So, you know, I've been thinking, and the Lord placed this on my heart. I've really been thinking about this, and this is just, I talk about self-care strategies, and this is just one of them. We make time for everything else, and sometimes we do have to make that time for us where we can rejuvenate our minds, our bodies, and our souls, so that we can come and we can be this great teacher, this great mother, this great wife for our families and for our students. We want to be around for them, and we want to be our best for them. So, with that said, I want you to join me live on Sunday at 11:30, where I'm going to actually weigh in. I'm going to, and this is something that I've never done. I would normally never do this, but this is my mind change. Changing my mindset of, I'm not going to be ashamed. Like, I'm seeking your help, and I'm seeking for you to hold me accountable and to assist me on this journey. So I am going to actually weigh myself. I am going to tape myself because I also want to lose inches. I will discuss my meal plan for the week, what that is going to look like moving forward, my exercise routine, and I'm also going to set a goal of what I want to do that week weight-wise. So I want to lose a pound, I want to lose 2 pounds, whatever the situation is, but I'm going to set a goal. And I want to do this each week until I reach my goal. So I hope you guys look at this and set yourself some goals of what you would want to see, what you want to accomplish. All you're going to need a good working scale, a tape measure, and a goal of what you want to accomplish. I will bring the meal plan. You're welcome to use it. I'll discuss with you next week what my meal plan is going to look like and why I chose that for me. But I wanted to give you time to kind of get yourselves together, get everything that you're going to need. It is going to be a bumpy ride, but remember, it is okay to be perfectly imperfect in this process. So we're going to work together. We're going to hold each other accountable so that we can reach our goals, so that we can be the best versions of ourselves moving forward. All right, so with that being said, just wanted to let you know that, so be looking for that on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing each one of us progress into what we know that we can and what we desire to be. I love you all. Until next time, be blessed as always, be a blessing. Class is dismissed. Hey guys, like this video and want to see more? Remember to hit like, subscribe, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay abreast of all the tea that I'm spilling.